Hello everyone, this is Mrunali. Welcome to our channel Mom's Magic. So today we are going to make Sesame Jaggery Laddus, which are prepared by only two major ingredients, that is sesame seeds and this jaggery. So optional things are ghee and one half part of coconut. Okay, so let's begin to prepare it. So first of all, let's check out what are the ingredients. So what the major ingredients what we will need is sesame seeds and jaggery. This is I have used here black jaggery. Now let's move on to the process of cutting coconut. So in a grinding jar, we are going to cut half side of coconut like this. Dry coconut I am using. This is completely optional, guys. So just cut this coconut like this into this mixie jar and grind it to a fine powder. So just cut it like this, just like me. You can even cut it on chopping board into small pieces so that it will get easier to grind it. Just do it and I'll see you after cutting it. So guys, I've chopped this coconut roughly as you can see here. Now I'm going to grind this to a fine powder on pulse mode into a mixer jar. Okay, so I've grinded this coconut. I'll show you the powder. What's the texture of it? If you can see, I've grinded to this texture. So optional thing is this, absolutely optional. If you want, you can add. It tastes better and it gives a very nice texture to the laddus. So I've added. You can even use desiccated coconut if you have at home. You can take it approx half cup. Half cup you have to use desiccated coconut or dry coconut, whichever you have, and this sesame seeds. Okay, now let's move on to roasting process. Now I have placed one kadhai to get heated on high flame first. Once it will get heated, I'll add sesame seeds and I'll roast them on light golden shade, and then we will grind it into mixie jar and we will grind to a coarse powder. Okay, we are not going to make very fine powder out of it. We'll just grind it to a coarse powder. So now our kadhai is heated well. Let's add our sesame seeds into it. So these are perfect 250 grams sesame seeds. So roast them on low to medium flame for about 5 to 6 minutes or till they start popping. Now once the popping sound is heard, that means your sesame seeds are roasted very properly. Now transfer them to a plate to get cooled down. So I'll transfer it first. So now I have transferred the sesame seeds roasted, and now in the same kadai my gas flame is low. I am adding this grinded coconut which we just got ready. Now we are going to roast it on continuously low flame. So one more thing, if you are using desiccated coconut here, then no need to roast it more because it's already roasted and dried, so it gives its flavor on its own. But if you are using dry coconut, make sure you roast it till it gets crispy or till a very light golden shade. Okay, so roast it on continuously low flame. Don't hide the flame or else it will burn very faster because it's grinded. Okay, it's a powder. So roast it. So now our coconut is nicely roasted, guys. If you can see, look at the color. It's nice and golden. Okay. So I have continuously roasted it on low flame and you can see it has turned out like this. So till that time, make sure your sesame seeds are getting cooled down and you are going to grind them into a coarse powder. But make sure that while grinding or before grinding, they should be completely cool. If you grind them in some warm, then they will release their oil. Okay, so make sure you will grind them once they will get completely cooled. So guys, now my sesame seeds are completely cooled down. If you can see, I'm touching it with my hands and they're not at all burning me. So these are cooled. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same mixing jar in which we grinded our coconut pieces and put the seeds into this jar, not once at all. Add quarter by quarter, or they should get the space to grind well. Don't overload it. So if you can see, I have added some of them into this jar. Now grind them into a very coarse powder. Okay, very coarse powder. So I have grinded it, guys. I'll show you the texture, that how you have to grind it. See, this should be the texture of your sesame. Very coarse and nice powder. See how beautiful the texture is. This is the important step to make your laddus so soft and avoid them from getting harder. Okay, so I'm going to grind the all of sesame seeds with the same process, and it will be the same texture. Okay, grinding process is done, guys. I have grinded all the seeds. So if you have some peanuts at your home, you can grind them and roast them first, dry roast them, peel them, or else you can take it with the skin also. And then with the same process, you have to grind that peanuts coarsely into the mixer jar, and you're going to mix the peanuts with this sesame seeds. Okay, and this coconut powder is also ready. If you want to add any flavorings to this like elaichi, nutmeg, then you can add that powder into this mixture only. Okay, now let's move on to make this chashni. So guys, I have placed the same kadai on the gas. I'm going to turn off the flame and I'm going to keep the flame very low. Now when I see chashni, that doesn't mean that any string consistency chashni. Just what you have to do is add jaggery according to your taste. So this is 1 tablespoon. So second one, third, and I'm going to add this fourth, last one. So as you can see, guys, I have added 4 tablespoon of jaggery. I think this will be enough, but okay. Last 5 tablespoons of jaggery we have added here. Into this jaggery only, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of water. Let's add this water into it. So just 1/4 cup of water I have added. Now let's bring this water and jaggery to a boil. You don't have to boil it too much, or else it will get harder. Just let the jaggery melt first, dissolve in the water, and once it will dissolve, at that time we will add our mixture, that is sesame seed powder and coconut powder. If you have then peanuts also, that all powders we are going to add into this syrup. Once it will come to a boil on low flame, then our mixture will be ready. Okay, so if your jaggery contains any impurities, just dissolve this jaggery into water and then strain it once. Okay, then all the impurities will be out. But my jaggery don't contains any impurities, as I have made it lots of time. I have strained it, but there are no impurities. Okay, so I'm going to use it as it is. So as you can see, now jaggery is dissolved completely. Now let it boil. Make sure you're stirring it to avoid burning. So guys, as you can see, I have not added ghee. I, I agree that I shown you that in the ingredient list, but no need to add it, okay? And I am making it fast friendly, so even I am not adding any kind of added flavorings. If you want, you can add elaichi to it. It goes very well with this. Okay, so there are only two major ingredients in this, that is jaggery and sesame seeds. And if you want, then optional things are coconut, peanuts. If you want, you can add any dry fruits to it, like walnuts, almonds, cashews. And you can also add ghee into this chashni if you want to add it. Okay, so let it boil once. It has started boiling, guys, but still it's not reached the height. I mean, it's not of perfect consistency, as you can see. It's not at all sticky, nothing is there. So let it boil some more time. It so the indication will be when you touch it and when you feel it, when you rub that chashni into your two fingers, then you should feel a bit of greasiness. Okay, when you means when you touch oil, at that time what feeling you get now, that feeling you should get when you rub this chashni into your fingers. Okay, so till that time I'm going to boil this. So guys, if your jaggery is not so sweet, then you can adjust the taste of jaggery according to you. It's completely on you. If you like more sugary or more sweet, you can add more jaggery. If you like less sweet, then you can adjust the amount of jaggery according to it. Okay, so I have turned the flame to medium because it was very low, and now if you can see, it's completely done. So I have completely turn the flame low. Now I'll show you the consistency. See, it just got greasy like this. Okay, so it's shiny, greasy and sticky. Okay, so at this stage I have turned the flame low. Now let's add the powders. So first I'm adding coconut powder to it. So still boiling, and then add sesame powder. If you're comfortable, then only keep the flame low and then add it. If you're not, then turn off the flame. Okay, but make sure you are not going to cook it for more time. Okay, so just mix them, and at this stage when you just mix it half, turn off the flame. Okay, and now mix all the powder all together. If you want to add any flavor, add it at this stage. Cardamom powder you can add into this now, and also any other flavor, nutmeg, cashews and all, then add it with this. Now mix this properly and let it come slightly cool. Okay, let it just slightly cool down, and once it will get slightly cooled now, at that time we will start preparing our laddus. It will get a very nice binding. Okay guys, so now when our mixture is slightly cooled, it should be hot, I mean warm. At that time we are going to start to prepare laddus. But before preparing laddu, make sure you grease your hand with some oil or ghee. So I am greasing it with ghee like this. Then take a small portion of laddu or this mixture and start preparing laddus out of it. Size, it depends on you. If you like bigger size laddu, then you can make bigger, and if you like smaller one, then you can make so. Okay guys, so it for binding these laddus now, you will not require lot of time because they just get ready in few seconds only. As you can see, in very less time I have prepared this laddu, which is looking very tempting, and at last I'll show you its texture. Now I'm going to prepare all of the laddus likewise from this mixture, so stay tuned guys. So guys, I have made some of the laddus and rest of them I'll make it off afterwards, but I just thought that let's show you first the texture. I was very curious for that, so I made some of them, and now I'm going to show you the texture of these laddus, that how they are actually looking like, and from that you can just imagine that how's their taste. So look at this soft and yummy tempting texture, and trust me guys, they taste so good and they're very nutritious and healthy, as sesame also aids in weight loss as it's boosts our metabolism. It's very rich source of iron as it contains jaggery, and coconut is always rich for everything, like it is rich in vitamin E, and you'll get all essential nutrients in this nutritious packed laddus. Okay, so do try this recipe at your home and share your views with me. And if you have any doubt guys, then ask me in the comment, I'll clear it up. Okay, so for more such healthy and interesting recipes, stay tuned and do like, share, subscribe my channel Mom's Magic. This is Mrunali signing off.